know, I beat that boy at least 10 rounds to 2, 9 to 3, man.
You's a liar!
What the hell's with the 10-2, y'all? Is it contagious? Is it contagious, Gary? Y'all already know when Tio lost to Cambosa, he yelled out 10-2. Gary Russell Jr. yelled out 10-2. What's going on here, folks? The hell is the 10-2 contagious? Is that a new thing? Is that a new phenomenon in the sport of boxing if you take a loss? Man, oh man. Y'all already know this is Punch Wrong Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Moonshine himself, a.k.a. El Adobo, a.k.a. El Sazon, a.k.a. El Borracho. Ladies and gentlemen, seems like in the YTBC, I ain't the only one borracho. Somebody stole my moonshine. I couldn't find it nowhere. Feels like there's several people out there in the YTBC that was on the, on the booze. Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Russell Jr., the longest reigning champion of the sport of boxing, took an L last night. Lost, defeated by the new golden child of the Philippines, Mark Magsayo. Great outing. And look, both of these guys, shout out to both of these guys, modern day warriors, modern day gladiators, that put their life on the line for pure entertainment. And look, first and foremost, let me say this. A lot of people, they watch boxing, with friends, they drinking a beer, or they in the state, or they in the arena, or whatever. The criteria of scoring a boxing bout. 4 criteria, ladies and gentlemen. 4 criteria. Clean, effective punches. Power punches primary, jab secondary. Ring generalship. Who controls the 3-minute intervals of each round? Who controls the 3-minute intervals of each round? Effective aggression and defense. With all that saying, ladies and gentlemen, like I did the live commentary, I scored about. If y'all tuned in, shout out to all the people that tuned in yesterday. I scored a 115-113 Mark Magsayo. It was 2 swing rounds. The first round, it was a swing round. I gave it to Mark Magsayo. You could give it to Gary Russell Jr. if you want, but I gave it to Mark Magsayo. He was the busier and landed more. You understand? The last round, it was a swing round to me. The last 12 rounds, you could give it to Mark Magsayo. You give it to Gary Russell Jr. At the end of the day, I don't see. I could. The scorecard was actually perfect by all 3 judges, in my opinion. Not perfect, but the 115-113 perfect to me. And that's the way I had it. If you give it to Mark Magsayo, I could see a 116-112. I could see a draw. I could see it, but that's like the gift, in my opinion. That's like the gift. The gift. Now, ladies and gentlemen, of course, Gary Russell Jr. said that he came. What the hell's with the 10-2, y'all? Is it contagious? Is it contagious, Gary? Y'all already know when Tio lost to Cambosa, he yelled out 10-2. Gary Russell Jr. yelled out 10-2. What's going on here, folks? The hell is the 10-2 contagious? Is that a new thing? Is that a new phenomenon in the sport of boxing if you take a loss? Anyway. So, look, Gary Russell Jr. stated that before the fight he was injured. Y'all already know, man, that he missed weight in his first attempt. In his first attempt, he missed weight. So you could say that he probably came in drained. He came in injured. And the layoff. Y'all already know that Gary Russell Jr. is known for he's the layoff king, in my opinion. The layoff king. I don't know if it's him or Q for top therm, but both of them is the layoff king. If you want to say anything about the politics of boxing or, there's corrupt, you have to take the belt away from him. And at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, let's say if there's some corruption going on between the Gary Russell Jr. and things of that nature, I will go with the corruption, right? Put it that way. I think people will be happy with the corruption. You know why? Because we wouldn't know when Gary Russell Jr. was going to be back in the ring. Maybe 2 years from now again. And it looked like the belt has been in hostage. And I think even the people, even if the people have no horse in the race, and, it could have gone either way, I think people would, in the industry of the sport of boxing would have loved for Mark Magsayo to get the belt anyway. Because I'm being honest, we don't know when Gary Russell Jr. was going to get back in the ring. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been following the channel since day one, Gary Russell Jr. is one of my favorite fighters. I was following him in the amateurs. I love that class. The Gary Russell Jr., the Deontay Wilder, the Keith Thurman, the Boo Boo Andre, the Charlo brothers, the Bud Crawford, the Mikey Garcia, the Danny Garcia, the Sean Porter, the Daniel Jacob, the Alexander Usyk. That was my favorite class, y'all. Oh man, it was my favorite class, the tournament, the national tournament, the Pan American game. That was my favorite class, right? The Olympics. That was my favorite class. That's why I was following the amateurs when I was getting already fed up with the professional level. But y'all, there was a good fight. New champion, Mark Magsayo. Proud of him. It doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter if you come with injury. A lot of people don't give a damn. Nobody give a damn about Lomachenko when he was injured. Nobody give a damn about Teofimo Lopez. He was sick and injured. Nobody give a damn if Gary Russell Jr. was injured. Nobody give a damn about the excuses of Deontay Wilder. Ain't nobody giving excuses about nothing. Nobody gives a damn, right? At the end of the day, we could be human and we could understand that this is a tough sport, a sport that you sacrifice a lot physically and mentally, sacrifice your family and things of that nature. We already know that Gary Russell Jr. was going through a lot of things with his family, with his pops. Shout out to his pops. But this is no robbery, ladies and gentlemen. First, a close fight is not even a robbery. So cut the noise. Cut the noise. This guy lost fair and square. Gary Russell Jr. lost fair and square. 115, 113 on my scorecard. Go look at the live show so I can show y'all how to judge a fight. I count every punches and every punches landed, and I go by the minutes so you can know who's controlling the 3-minute intervals of each round, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it is. And I watch the fights in mute. So, for those that feel like, oh, no. You go back and watch the fight. You go back and watch the fight, just like they told me several fights ago in the summer, the Yo-Yo Punch, you got to go back and watch that fight. Huh? I saw Mark Magsayo win the fight. I saw a new crown champion in a 126-pound division. And do I want to see a rematch? I don't know. To be honest, I don't even think that Gary Russell Jr., I don't know if he's ever going to fight again. I don't know. I thought he was semi-retired. And again, I'm a fan of Gary. I was a fan of Gary. And I'm a newly fan of Mark Magsayo. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that Mark Magsayo got to work on. Of course, just like any other boxer, you know, that's why you got to stay in the gym. So hopefully this win doesn't get to his head. Keep on staying in the gym. Got a lot of things to work on. You could have gone after him when he was hindered. I think it was the second or third or the fourth round when he showed that he was hurt. Gary Russell Jr. only fought with one arm. And yo, modern day warrior, the dude fought. But at the end of the day, just because you fought, I'm not going to give Gary Russell Jr. moral victories, in which there's a lot of people out there that want to give him the moral victory. And a lot of people out here in the YTBC, y'all got to keep it consistent. Y'all hate it. Y'all hated this, the 10-2 excuse of T.O., but y'all rocking with the Gary Russell Jr. excuse with the 10-2. Y'all rocked with Deontay Wilder excuse. Y'all, the people who rock with Lomachenko excuse. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, once you step inside that ring in the sport of boxing, nobody give a damn about the excuse. It's unfortunate. It is what it is. You step inside that ring, that's it. You 100%, right? We can understand. And I understand, look, and I understand this. A lot of us fans, I'm talking about in general, adding myself, we contradict ourselves because we're the type to be like, hey, yo, why Gary Russell Jr. ain't using the right hand? Why Gary Russell Jr. ain't using the right hand? What's happening? Why he's not using the jab? Why he's not using the jab? Why he's not setting it? Why he's not working behind the jab, right? But then a fighter like Gary Russell Jr., let's say if he never said anything about his injury. Let's say he didn't say anything about his injury. And then you ask, yo, Gary Russell Jr., we known you for throwing 5, 6, 7, 10 punches combination with both hands. What happened? You ain't licked it fast? You ain't throw your right hand? What happened? He goes, oh, my right hand is injured. Oh, come on, man. Stop with the excuse. You see, even if he didn't say that it was an excuse, you would still find it as an injury, but you would still ask him a question why you didn't use the right hand. Just like any other fighter. So just take a humble pie for the fans out there as well. Don't contradict yourself. If you don't want people to come with excuses, then don't ask them why you didn't seem normal, why you didn't do this, and then they go by, yo, my man, I got a hurt hand, like hey, Javante Tank Davis. Another people, oh, his hand, Isaac Cruz beat him. Oh, get out of here with that excuse. Then don't ask him why he fought the way he fought. Because then he's going to be real with you. He told you, yo, I got an effed up hand. Oh, man, there's excuses. So why you ask? Feel me? Anyway, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Get my updated videos. Mark Magsayo, congratulations. Philippine. Got a new golden child. Philippine. Shout out to Manny Pacquiao Promotions. Ladies and gentlemen, they got 2 champions right now. John Riel Casimero, Mark Magsayo. You got Nonito Doné on the other side. I know he don't with the guy with Sean Gibbs and stuff like that. But Nonito Doné is going to be fighting Naoya Inoue. The Philippines, I did a video last year that the Philippines are taking over the sport of boxing. I told y'all. Subscribe to the channel.